Fuck. Hi. This is a scene. It's receptive. No, there, wrong one. What's this one? It's help me. Secrets to the
Golden
Dawn.
Dawn.
That's it. There we go. Ah! Hi. Obviously, Alexi's up, so I'm in Alexi's head. It's a werewolf game thingy. Whatever. It's in Hawaii. And Alexi's looking up and Johan, like, hi.
Johan is looking down at him like, hi.
So let me tell you why. You need to go and insert your penis into my brother.
He blinks. Okay.
Because you like toxic men. And my brother is like fucking Chernobyl. Literally. A hole into the ground if Chernobyl and fucked it would be like fucking my brother. I've fucked my brother, I know this. Well, not.
He nods. You're right. I do actually. Yeah, why is that a thing?
Really?
Why?
Like, because you're kind of toxic yourself, but in a
Well,
good
I
way.
know that.
So you're just drawn to your own people.
I guess. Yeah, I suppose that's a thing.
But he's like acceptably toxic. You know what I mean? Like he's one of those people that collapses in on his own toxicity like me. Hold on.
He strokes his cheek.
But you're right. He is definitely more of a wolfier wolf than I am.
He nods. But that's okay. I'm more like a cat than a wolf anyway. Kind of furrows his brow.
I mean, I think my brother likes pussy too, if it matters. He's like actually bisexual. I'm not. I'm like really gay. I just hate myself so much. I fuck women. Nobody realizes that about me. And it's okay. He scratches his stomach. But he actually can bat for both sides, left or right. I mean, I can too. I just find making lasting relationships with women to be very, very, very problematic for the women in question. Ask Rose.
He nods.
If I were to call that bitch up right now and ask her, notice, by the way, how I addressed her. If I were to call the mother of my child up, my children, hold on, let me fucking back up and ask her, babe, why the fuck aren't we together? She'd probably say, because, Alexi, deep down, you're fucking homosexual. And I'd sigh and nod and realize that's why I never married her. Another schnod.
He nods.
But my brother.
I identify as gender nonconforming, so he shrugs.
I'm lupus and I have no fucking clue what any of that means. Like, I get the gay, straight, bi thing, but the gender spectrum is kind of totally lost on me. I just respect it as much as I respect anything else, to be honest. If you want to fucking call yourself a fucking mochaccino latte, I don't really give a shit.
You know, I do identify as that sometimes.
I mean, you're basic like one, so yeah.
I am the most basic of bitches.
You are a practical Regina George. You love that skirt.
He grins like that is the best compliment anybody has ever given him.
Yeah, but I get the gay, straight, bi thing. Like, I get that. But the gender thing, he'll shake his head. I'm still a little lost on that one. That one I have had trouble processing. And every time I try to talk to anybody about it, they're like, Alexi, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, but how can I understand it if I don't talk about it?
Well, I am more than willing to talk to you about it and help you understand it if you would.
We'll get in a fight.
I don't care. Do you know how many? I was with Paris.
Okay, he'll squish his cheeks. Okay. Listen, Linda. Question.
Yes.
So I understand that there are a rare few mutant born who the whole gender thing biologically is screwed up. They've got like fucking ovaries inside their fucking penis packages, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying?
He nods. Yeah, I get it.
Like super fucking rare, but it happens. Okay. But if you don't have anything like that going, and I understand that, hold on, Jesus Christ, I'm about to fucking trip over my own words. Okay. So you have your biological sex. Like saying the word sex made me happy. And then you have your gender. Holy shit. Jesus fucking Christ.
Huh.
And your biological sex is if you are a typical just healthy non-mutant, okay? You've got either a penis or a vagina, okay? Look, he said the big words.
He nods like, mm-hmm.
Like his brain is working on super lupus right now. Okay, so if gender is a fucking construct, which obviously it is,
Yes, I agree with that. It is.
then why the fuck does your gender expression I affect your biological sex? See, people tell me that they
Because
quote unquote feel. Hold on. You gotta listen to the whole thing. Hold on. One
okay,
second.
okay,
I'll
okay.
let you talk. Let's kiss him.
He's like,
Okay.
you can tell that he's like,
Squish his cheeks. Squish. See, people say, like, I hear people say, like, I feel like a man, or I feel like a woman, or like I don't feel like either, and I just feel like a Christmas tree or whatever. I'm
he
not doing
points
the
to
other kin
himself
right
in
now.
the
We're not doing other
classroom.
kin. No other kin right now. Anyway, but how would you know what it feels like to feel like the opposite sex if gender is the expression of the differentiation, blah, 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 big word, between the two? And he blinks.
That is a very good question.
Uh-huh. I know. And nobody wants to fucking answer it. It's like I tell people all the time, America is never, ever, ever going to experience gender equality because you don't know what it fucking looks like.
He nods at that. I think the problem is that, especially in America, the sexes have been boxed in so tightly into these gender roles that to quote unquote feel different is wrong. To feel different outside of those roles.
See, what I don't understand is when people are transsexuals. I understand transgenderism, but I don't understand transsexualism. I don't understand why people would want to alter their body chemistry to be more of something else that they could just be. You don't have to. How
This
can I
is
think
where the
about it?
belief of past lives comes into play.
Oh, blink. Like he really went over the lupus's head. So I understand that they're past lives, but the past part is kind of important. And are you really going to let the past life, not you, not the royal you,
Mm. He nods.
going to so desperately, you know what? I really just think that gender dysphoria is is a really rampant form of obsessive compulsive disorder that nobody wants to identify and treat. But that's just me. He'll just shake his head. Either way, I love and support you no matter how you are. If you
I'm
consider
just
yourself gender non-conforming, he'll shrug. I don't care.
That's a fancy way of saying I'm me, and people can get the fuck over it if they don't like how I act, dress, whatever.
You know what? And that is perfectly, that's cool. But admittedly, transsexuals confuse the fuck out of me. And I'll nod.
Yeah, I actually really like my cock.
I really like your cock too.
He grins.
Which is why I want to share it with my twin coming full circle.
So you're really okay with that?
Sharing your what kind of a deranged fuck would I be if I were the one suggesting that you go hit on my brother and then get mad at you when you did? Like, I'm crazy, but I'm not that level. Okay, that's like,
No.
whoa.
You have no idea how many times I have heard that exact story.
I will walk you to my brother, put you on his cock, and bounce you. Okay. Like, I don't care. Oh, and also, if you happen to develop a relationship with him built on mutual trust, love, and understanding, I don't understand how, because I don't think he understands any of those concepts, but still, I would be, whatever, fine. I have Eli, and I love Eli. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure it out, but
The jury's still out on that one.
it will forever be out. It's worse than the O.J. Simpson case,
Oh my.
and I think
You
just as
know.
deadly.
Okay, so if he results in your death, then I will have to kill him.
My brother? If he
No,
hasn't killed me by now?
Eli.
Oh, I don't think Eli's going to kill me. He's way too much of a masochist for that. He really, really likes the pain I bring him. I don't know what happened to him, if he wasn't hugged enough, or maybe he was hugged too much as a child. And I'm pretty sure he needs to just have a sit down heart to heart with Hayden at some point. But yeah, he's really fucked up. Ergo, he is not leaving me anytime soon.
He nods.
Wow, I just realized how toxic all of that sounded.
Yeah.
I
It's
really
okay
love
though.
him.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. If I told you mine and Paris's relationship was really fucked up.
I could tell you two were physically abusive. Oh, not.
Yeah. He nods. Mm.
I think if you ever lay hands on my brother, that'll be the last thing you do, just to let you know.
um I, you know the look at yeah, the desire to do that is not there.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No. He's 6'8" and ow. Ow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He'll nod.
He is fucked up.
You know, I can kind of understand though how some people believe that they're trans shifter. No, I'm serious. You laugh, but look at your what do you
No,
what's
no,
his name? Packmate.
I'm laughing because it's true.
Your packmate. What's his name? Not the obnoxious one. The other one.
Jesse.
That one. Thank you.
Yes, he's a coyote.
Yes. And then the guy that his man is fucking the bear.
Rafi.
God, that's really a fucking girl in a fucking no.
Look at me. Do I look like a fucking wolf to you?
I mean, yeah, but
He growls.
oh wait, he shakes his head. Yeah, no, but you know what? Like, you really, really, really have a lot of she in you. Like, that's my problem. I
That's
just see a shit ton of she.
fair.
Like, you're
No,
more
I
Fae
I feel
than
more
a wolf.
I feel more cat than wolf. Big cat. Like I have panther spirit heritage very strongly.
How did you even get that?
My mom's a black fury.
Oh. Yeah, that I thought that would clarify things, but it didn't, so help me, because I don't know shit about fucking Black Furies.
Panther is a black fury totem.
Why?
He shrugs. I don't know.
The fuck? Now I'm thinking of my own totem.
I know, you follow Panther.
I know. I'm not. The flop. You know my brother's warder.
Mm.
You should go find him.
Okay.
Probably put your clothes. Well, probably narrow his eyes. How do
Should
you
I put
want
my
things?
should I put my clothes on or no?
Yeah, do you want this relationship to be more sex, less, emotion, or more emotion, less sex?
Um, how
Not
capable
our.
of complex emotion is he?
I'm the worst absolute person to ask that question of. He'll pick his phone up and he'll text his father and ask him. And his father sends back, "What the fuck, you idiot?" And he says no, but pretend for a second it was a serious question. And the balls bounce forever. He just sends back idiot. And then the balls start bouncing again forever. He says it's not that your brother is not capable of complex emotion, it's that he doesn't understand English, you jackass. And he texts everyone keeps trying to talk to him in English.
What languages does he speak?
He'll fucking shrug, I don't know. And then he'll
I guess
text
I'll.
his dad back, like, what language does he speak? And he's like, Russian, Uzbek, and Arabic. But he also has that thing. And Alexi kind of like, had a game. Have you ever noticed that Z doesn't speak that much?
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason. Alexi kind of rolls his eyes and looks at him and says, my brother stutters.
It's okay.
But he doesn't like that. He just shuts up. Like, instead of like skipping over his words and stuttering, he just shuts up. Like, sincerely, he just stops talking.
Well, speech therapy was part of my degree program, so I could help.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, he really actually doesn't know English that well. Like, we've tried to teach him English like 1,000,005 times, and English is just like, can we just admit that English is a really fucking complex language when you don't know it off the bat?
He nods.
It's not even my first language.
Not mine either.
Most people don't realize I'm faking my accent. And he grins.
My first language is German.
Yeah, well.
But I know like 9 other languages, so.
You know how many other languages I know?
How many?
Take a guess.
4.
No.
More?
Oh, yeah.
More
He'll
than me?
step in and wrap his arms around him. And in each individual language, like in all of the different languages, he'll say it in that tongue. He'll say, I speak French, Russian, Uzbek, Arabic, Chaldean, Mandarin Chinese. He'll smile. Japanese, Turkish, Mongolian, He kisses his neck. Vietnamese. He'll nibble his jaw. Dutch, Danish, Icelandic. He'll lick his neck. 5 African dialects, including Sudanese, Ethiopian, Eritrean, Somalian. And I can read linear A and B. And Etruscan.
Fuck. Oh. So Johan is extremely turned on right now.
Last thing he had to say in Russian because he because there is no language for those scripts. Most people don't realize that I spend a lot of time with my father. Oh, I also know Klingon, Elvish, and Dwarven.
I know Klingon and Elvish.
Well, my father taught me how to speak all of those and how to read and write all of those, but I shrug. I don't do anything with them, so I don't really use them. I just have a good mind for remembering language after you kind of. It's kind of like yogurt. You know how, like, if you switch the culture from one yogurt, it'll make more yogurt?
He nods.
It's like that. Once you kind of get the basics for a language down, you just kind of build from there with the other ones. Notice that all of my languages come from family groups.
He nods. I need to learn more. It's not hard for me to learn another language. Haven't done it.
Nah, to be honest, it's really only the shrug. It's like the only, I guess, brag-worthy skill I have. I mean, I have one more, but it's not that, like, the fucking shrug. I don't know.
What is it?
I'm really good at finding things.
Well, you're a ragabash. Of course you are.
Yeah, but without even using, like, gifts or things like that, I'm just good at tracking things down.
He nods. Good.
His perception alertness is 10.
I mean, he is a lupus.
Yeah. Epictetus!
He kisses him.
Bites his lip when he's done kissing him.
Purrs.
So yeah, you should probably put your clothes on.
He nods. Yep.
I mean, you could go fuck his brains out. Trust me, he'll spread leg for anyone if they put out. But you seem like you need a stable primary relationship, and seeing between my wedding ring and everything else involving me, that's not going to happen. I really do love Eli. I wonder sometimes why we're together. You know, like, there's a part of me that's like, you really should just leave him and let him go on his happy little fucking merry way. And there's a part of me that thinks he and Albert, you know what I'm saying? He'll kind of like, you know what I mean?
He nods.
You ever think, like, the reason they're so angry individually is because they would be much calmer together?
You know.
Uh-huh.
Huh. I mean, how many years has Eli been his advisor?
Right.
And why Eli never tells him to go fuck himself? And the other way around.
Nope. Mm. Now I have a very complicated thing sitting in front of me. Do I hook my husband up with the High King, leave him, and enter into a primary relationship with you, and every once in a while have threesomes with my brother? Or do I stay married to my husband, convince him to go express his unloved emotions? Or Albert, hook you up in a primary relationship with my brother? I overthink things, don't I?
Oh. He holds up
Really?
his fingers just a little bit.
Just schemer over here. I'm sorry. I like to plan ahead. We'll just kind of like.
How about if I go see your brother and see if we even connect?
By the way, he has herpes.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Just like
Shrugs.
say it. You really are toxic. Jesus Christ. He'll kiss his neck. Have that thing for you. Those feelings. The loved ones. I'm saying I love you. Go away. And he'll push him.
I love you too. I'm
Ew.
leaving.
Oh, it's disgusting.
I know.
Why? Stop.
Terrible.
Shiver.
Ugh.
Ew.
Puts his clothes on. Sticks his tongue out at him.
Nah. Go. Oh, my daughter just go over this. He'll just shake his head and walk off. Terrible person. It's horrible.
So bad. So Johan is gonna go find this fucking.
So one of the guardians will let him know that he's chilling out near one of the natural pools, just taking a nap.
Johan is thinking to himself, what do I even say? I don't even.
He's in lupus form too. It's a big fucking, oh god, whoa, big wolf. A big old white wolf just laying there,
Holy
sleeping.
shit, it's White Fang.
Right?
That's what Johan says out loud.
His ear flicks. He snores. It's like you get the feeling that you're about to walk up to that wolf in Princess Mononoke. He's not quite that big, but goddamn, if not.
I mean, no, and Johan will even think that too. Like I feel like Princess Mononoke right now. Holy shit! Oh, that's a big wolf.
His foot will twitch. As
So,
Johan gets close. Oh, go on. Go. So,
to say Johan has Mark of the Predator, so you can probably feel his presence as he walks up.
yeah, his eyes will open and he'll just lift his head and swing it around like, wow, it's a big wolf.
Oh,
He'll just
fuck
look at
me
him.
dead. You're huge.
Blinks. He's not sure that was an invitation.
No, I'd like to stay alive. Thank you.
He blinks again. And he'll try in English. Are you okay?
So he will speak back to him in Russian. I'm fine. There's no need to speak English.
He'll switch to Lupus Russian. And kind of roll onto his stomach, tucking his paws under him. What do you need, Johann?
He takes a deep breath. Apparently, you.
He waits. Because he thinks there's more to that.
um.
To help. You need me to reach something?
No.
Shift Mohammed. Cross-legged on the floor. Most common thing people ask him for. Can you get this?
No. No.
Do you need me to hang your string lighting?
I guess if you want to call it that.
Kale shrug and get up. Take me to the little lights on the string that sparkle, and I will hang them for you.
Oh, no.
Blink, no.
No. Oh, he is blushing so hard. Are
you well? He'll put his hand to his forehead.
He nods. Your brother, Alexei, thinks that
he thought?
Yeah, he actually had a decent thought. Thinks that that he points between the two of them. You and I might be a good match.
What activity do you wish to participate in together? I do favor bingo.
Blinks.
One time, my sister's children tackled me with the little pins you use to mark the bingo paper, and they covered me in colorful dots.
That's amazing. Wow. That is great.
So which activity do you wish to participate in together? I have a few I'm a bit skilled in. Hold his fingers up. Horseback riding, knitting, baking, but not other forms of cooking, just baking. Reading. I like to read.
He smiles.
I like to make clothes.
Sewing.
What's that?
Usually what you do to make clothes.
There is a noisy little weaver box that punches the thread through the fabric 10,000 times. I counted. The average is 10,000. So when I am stressed and I need to stab something 10,000 times, I use the little noisy weaver box to make clothing.
Yeah, just lights up like, okay, that's amazing.
It's a skill I learned from one of my friends. His name is Lucas.
I know Lucas.
He works for a house, but it is a big house that makes clothing. I think he'll look up and say, I think the name of the house is Versace.
He nods. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he's not going to correct them, is he?
He fucking fans himself. Like, oh. He could go fucking kiss Lucas right now. Like, yes, you taught him how to make clothes. It's awesome.
I'm very big. And it's hard for me to find clothes that fit me. And my father. He's big too. Bigger than me.
I know.
And he told me it was very important that I wear clothes around humans or they will scream and run. And then I will end up in the iron cage.
He
So I
nods.
learned to make clothes so that we could wear comfortable clothes that fit us.
He smiles.
Do you want to see some of my clothes?
I would love to.
He'll go back to Lupus and like knock him over, like and crawl between his legs and stand up and trot.
Okay, he will hang on.
I'll take him back to his house. His house is not something you would probably have expected. It's actually very kind of neat and like very. It has an East meets West vibe. It's very Japanese-esque, but not traditional,
Mm-hmm.
which may have been very unexpected. And he'll nose the door open, and he'll dump Johann gently on the floor, and he'll kind of walk with him to one of the. And it's very beautiful. But there's not a lot of like technology in the house. There's like a TV, but that's about it. And he'll walk him back to one of the craft rooms, like the craft room. And there is indeed like it's kind of like walking into like just like an art room suddenly that you didn't expect to be there. And very meticulous. It's very neat. Zenya's derangement is he's OCD.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll kind of there's like bolts of fabric and like there is some like there's like a chair, like a big like a whoa big fluffy chair with like knitting stuff next to it. And like a quilt like loom with like a partly finished quilt in it. And then just stuff to like sew and make stuff. And he'll go over to a dressmaker's doll, a Lupus, like a dressmaker's mannequin, and sit down. And he'll touch his nose to what's on it. He's making a jacket right now.
Johan is actually very, like, just in awe of all of it. Like, wow. This is amazing.
Is it?
Yes.
He'll go back to Hamid, sitting on the floor, like cross-legged. I don't like to be around other people much. And I just will shrug. It's just something to do that I could do by myself. Focus on, concentrate. You can't rush this art. You have to go slowly. And it's something that people can take with them.
He nods.
My brother and I, although I'm more connected to my wolf nature than he is. My brother and I are not. The most lupus of lupus. Our father raised us in an urban environment, so we were often not allowed to take our wolf forms. He had no choice. He didn't want to foster us out because of what happened to us when we were born. But
What happened when you were born?
there were some, don't know what they're called commonly. And I don't like the slur term for them. He'll furrow his brow thinking, like vampires? There were vampires who wanted to breed wolves, shifters with their blood. So they took my mother while she was pregnant with us and bound her to them.
Oh. He nods.
So when Alexei, Katya, and I were born, we were born with the blood of vampires already flowing through our veins.
How are you even saved from that?
I'll shake his head. I never asked. My father rescued us with his pack, but I don't know what he did to. I think he just. I'll shake his head. Let the cycle flow from us. Blood replaced itself. But it did mark our spirits.
He nods.
I think it's part of what has driven Alexei so mad. I think on some level it just. He was the small one of the litter. The weakest.
He was the runt.
And our mother never quite recovered from it. She was a wolf. She was kinfolk, but
He nods.
lupus kinfolk. And she was already a little bit older when she had us. She had a litter before us, but my father doesn't talk about them.
Why?
They died, apparently.
He frowns.
They were galliards. Sasha, Misha, and Anya. Two sisters and a brother. The mirror of what we are. Well, he'll look down. Or I remember them. Especially Sasha. He'll furrow his brow thinking. Very funny, very beautiful. I don't remember Anya and Misha very well, but I remember Sasha. But one day my father said that they were no longer with us, that they had fallen.
Necessarily mean that they died.
I don't think he means that they fell to the worm. And he says that he knew it was going to happen. As I understand it, there was some sort of a prophecy. But I know Nikolai knows more about it. My father won't talk about it. But I know that he considers his children to be Nikolai, Casper, me, and Alexei. So I don't know what happened. But I'll shrug.
Johann nods.
He'll nuzzle him. He'll nuzzle his hand with his head. He actually didn't even mean to do it. He's not thinking about it. Just talking about Katya and his siblings has made him sad.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Lucas, so he kind of nuzzles his hand. You're noising people.
It's okay. He pets him actually.
What's your favorite color?
Gold.
What else?
I like purple, green, light blue, different shades of red.
He'll hop up and he'll tug his hand. And he'll pull him over to a tailor's box. And kind of urge him to get on it.
He does.
And he'll go over to a basket and he'll pull out a measuring tape.
Johann pretty much squeezed because he loves being measured and having things made for him. He's just, yeah, God. He's such a diva.
And he'll basically measure him out and kind of get all of his measurements and his head and everything. And he'll write down all the markings. And he'll pull over a pad and start drawing something on it. Although he doesn't let Johan see what he's drawing.
Right.
I'll kind of look him over again. So what was it you wanted to do with me?
What we're doing right now, getting to know each other.
It looks like that idea is foreign to him. Do you know I hide things in the garments I make?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
like what?
Notes, photographs. It occurred to me once while I was making a jacket. And then in the panels, I could put anything I wanted. I could hide things, little messages or secrets.
He smiled.
So I put a photograph over the breast pocket of that jacket.
What's the photograph?
My son, Corey. It's on most of the articles of clothing I make. There's some secret sewn into them. I am a ragabash after all.
He nods.
Even if it's just a bit of ribbon in a shirt's seam with words written on them. No one really knows they're there. I have written my father countless letters, really, that he doesn't even realize he wears next to him. Things I'm not very good at saying myself, but are still there. And he'll just focus for a little bit on what he's working on, looking back at Johan and back at the paper and back at him. It'll take me a few days to make this, so you'll have to keep coming back.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
You're lucky I have a weaver box that embroiders.
He smiles.
If I had to do it by hand, he shakes his head. It'd be months.
He nods. Yeah. That would be a very long time.
I have hand embroidered and beaded things before. But I have to be very frustrated to do that. Well, not.
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually done things like that myself. Uh I've made my own costumes and things like that, so I get it.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
where did you learn to sew?
For my mother.
Smiled.
She raised me to be very independent.
Why?
Black Fury. She could tell that I was different. They didn't want me to need to depend on anybody. Wasn't sure how things would go.
He'll look at him again. His brow kind of furrows as he's kind of debating something. And he'll look back at the design he's working on. You consider yourself between the he doesn't know how to say it.
He understands his meaning and he nods.
And he'll
Yes.
nod. And he goes back to drawing. Tell me more about yourself.
I didn't know who my father was until I was about 15.
Why?
He shakes his head. I'm still not entirely sure. He's a duke now, but he was probably a baron at the time he met my mother.
No.
Different worlds, you know.
My grandmother was Fae. My brother is too.
He nods.
My youngest brother he shakes his head. He chews his lip. Confused. Sometimes it feels like he got the worst of both worlds.
He frowns.
It feels like he has the confusion of, and he weighs his words carefully. The insanity almost of the Fae and their mercurial nature. And the rage and anger and pain of the Garo. His name is Casper. How do you feel about silk?
I love it.
A smile. He'll go over to like the fabric rack and he'll look. And he pulls out a bolt of silk that's literally just like, holy shit. Like it was spun by fucking angels. And it's a very like beautiful skylight blue color.
So Johann stifles a squee. Like,
No smile. Do you like this?
he nods. Mm-hmm. They do.
Smile. So he pulls out a he pulls out a like pattern paper, basically, like that thin paper. And he'll start drawing out the pattern for the piece. Whatever it is, there's a shit ungodly ton of silk going into it.
Right?
It's like,
that is
holy God, how much silk are you putting into this?
that is just fine with Johann. Like, okay. I don't know what you're making, but okay. Silk is good.
But there's so much silk, and oh my God, it's beautiful. And it's very light blue in color, whatever he's making. Like a beautiful light blue. Do you want to stay while I work on this, or do you want to
Yeah.
go?
No, I don't want to go.
I'll smile. And he just gently, he's just working very, like, gently.
Yeah, Johann is just fine watching him.
He actually goes quiet for a while.
Johann watches him work and he doesn't find the silence uncomfortable.
He'll eventually pull out a darker blue fabric. This one has like a bit of a paisley design on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll start to kind of work with that. It appears to be an outer layer. Do you want to trade a secret for a secret?
Sure.
A smile. Do you want to go first?
Trying to think of what secrets he has left.
He starts to gently, like, sew at the machine.
he he thinks for a moment. My mother died when I was 16.
I'll look to him.
Um, no one knows it was my first change.
I'll look to him.
I ran away after. Why I tried so hard to get into the Black Series. I wanted to honor her that way. Known for what I did.
He just looks at him. And he'll nod.
There's tears in his eyes. Streaked down his cheeks. He wipes them away.
I have a secret. The reason I wasn't there for so long, and the reason that he'll shake his head, wasn't there for Corey. And I was very absent for a long time. I mean, I was there, but I was distant. It was because they found me. The vampires. And they bound me to them again. And I knew
Jaw drops.
and I knew the only thing I could do to keep my family safe was to just distance myself for a time. Once I was able to break my mind free of what they had done to me. But he stopped sewing for a second. I'm not proud of the person that I was under their influence and the things that I did at their beckoning. And my father suspected that was wrong, but he didn't know. And he just kind of bites his lip. And I just he just shakes his head and looks away. He doesn't really know what to say, so he goes very quiet.
Yeah, Johan doesn't really know what to say to that. Just,
Explains a lot, doesn't it?
oh yeah, fuck.
He was bound to vampires for a long time in his youth.
Uh,
It took me a very long time to feel like I wasn't poisoned in my soul, basically. And I didn't want it in any way, shape, or form to affect my family. Those are important to me, so I just I'll shrug. I distance myself. Probably not the best thing for me to have done, honestly.
have you talked to anybody about it?
Not. I have.
He nods. I'm sorry that happened. That has to be awful.
Come here. He'll motion him.
He comes over.
He'll hold a bit of fabric up to him, seeing if it's the right length to his arm. And he'll smile and pull it away. But he was touching him for a second.
Mm-hmm. Johan, he reaches out and strokes his cheek.
He stops and looks at him. And his brow kind of furrows a little bit. And then he realizes he's interested.
Mm-hmm.
He'll like furrow his brow. What are you doing?
I think that we could be good for each other.
His like brow furrows. Puppy no compute.
Yeah, so he's probably thinking that he'd probably appreciate him to be blunt and straightforward, so he's just gonna kiss him.
Oh, see that he understands. Yeah, that's a
Mm-hmm.
little clear.
Mm-hmm.
It blinks. Blink, blink, blink. Relaxes. Puts his hand on his cheek. And then he'll stop, like, after he kisses him. You kissed me.
I did.
Confused puppy. Why?
Because I wanted to see how it would feel.
How did it feel? His brow froze.
It felt good.
Oh. He'll kiss him again.
Yeah.
It's like, let me try this thing. This kissing thing. Notice when he was with Rose, he didn't kiss her very much.
I know.
He's not so clear on the kissy thing. So he kisses him. And then he smiles. Son of a bitch.
Bless you.
Thank you. Why do humans do that? Put their lips on each other.
The sign of affection.
But aren't you afraid you'll get sick?
No.
A smile. I've just never understood why people would lick each other's mouths. Jesus Christ.
Wolves do it too.
But not in each other's mouths.
Johan gives him a look like, are you serious?
I'm not. They lick each other's muzzles, but they don't stick. You know what? Just realized I licked my balls.
Yep. And I have seen wolves lick each other's mouths.
Well, not in a. He looks partly offended. That OCD life, though. I do not lick other people's mouths.
You just did mine.
Because your mouth tastes good. Tastes like mint and vanilla. What do you do?
I brush my teeth.
He closes his eyes like he's not that stupid. I brush my teeth too. Except my teeth turn black when I brush them.
Okay.
I'm not.
Why?
So he drops what he's doing and he drags him to the bathroom. And he picks up his bamboo toothbrush. And he picks up a tube of Japanese toothpaste. And he squirts a little line of this green toothpaste. The very dark gray green toothpaste. Onto the toothbrush. He turns the water on and he starts to brush his teeth. Holy shit, activated charcoal, yes. So his teeth turn black.
Johan chuckles.
And he shows him his teeth, like, see? My teeth turn black when I brush them.
He nods because of what's in
Why?
the toothpaste.
So it's not because I have little alien colonies living behind my teeth.
No. It's not because you have little alien colonies living behind your teeth.
And I'm not killing them every time I brush them.
He shakes his head and laughs. No.
God damn it, Alexi.
Oh, that explains it. Yep. God damn it, Alexi. Shakes his head.
He spits.
Because there's an ingredient in the toothpaste that when it's activated, it causes your teeth to turn black.
What ingredient is it?
Charcoal.
Isn't that the stuff that's inside of the barbecue pit?
Uh-huh.
Why am I brushing my teeth with the stuff that's inside of the barbecue pit?
You know, I could ask you the same question. We can go get you some new toothpaste.
No, I like my black toothpaste. Oh,
Okay.
chest. Doesn't bother me that my teeth turn black when I brush them, except the fact that I question whether I'm killing entire colonies in my mouth when I do it, which technically out of game he is, but whatever.
Okay, well, that's, that might be a discussion for another time.
He'll not. Swish mouthwash around in his mouth and spit it out. His teeth are nice and shiny and white. He
He
actually does have
grins.
like really nice teeth. It's like, what the fuck? You lupus, how your teeth so nice?
He actually, reaches up and inspects his mouth.
Nah. What are you
But he's
doing?
never had anybody do that before.
Like he doesn't have any cavities or like fillings or anything, and his teeth are straight for never having had braces.
Wow, your teeth are
But
amazing.
I thank you. Yeah, nice eyes. He'll pull his
He's
fingers out of his mouth. Stop it.
sorry. Fucking Johan, God. Sorry.
Shake his head. I've had weirder things in my mouth.
I imagine you have.
I think I have sewn enough for today. Is that what you called it? Sewn?
Yes,
Okay. See, I learned.
you did. Proud of you.
Do you want me to make you a human meal?
If you would like, sure.
I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
It's been 5 hours.
Yeah, Johan notices that his stomach is rumbling. He's like, yeah, I should probably eat.
What sort of human food do you like or dislike?
Um, well, I am Jewish, so no pork.
He blinks. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I haven't told your father about that.
Yeah, don't tell my father about that.
Uh-uh.
Nope.
I'll just assume that I eat the same as you. Halal and kosher are about the same. It's okay.
I mean, I don't eat pork either. Well, shrug.
I
I don't drink either.
don't drink.
I mean, I do other drugs, but
I don't drink. I don't eat pork. I I don't mix meat and dairy. Um.
I actually just finished a rehabilitation program.
Oh,
I've been sober for 3 weeks now.
good. I'll help you stay that way.
It's a challenge, but I had a good doctor. Handsome fellow. Oh, he was like your father.
Oh, what's his name?
Thatcher, something Thatcher. Dr. Thatcher. Hold on. I don't remember his first name. I think. Eidetic memory this one does not have.
No.
I keep wanting to send my brother and his husband to him. My brother does every other drug known to man, and his husband drinks a lot. Like a lot. And he'll nod.
I don't think that any amount of rehab is going to help your brother, to be honest. His husband, on the other hand, might
he just nods.
be a salvageable case.
I think you're right about my brother.
Mm. And if you told me what happened to you as before you were even born, I think maybe I don't think your brother sober would be a pretty sight.
No. Now that you mention it. I gotta know. Do me a favor. Can we do the mouth licking thing again?
He nods. Mm-hmm.
He kisses him again, covering his cheeks.
He melts into it like, oh God, this feels good.
So drag his ass to the kitchen. And he's like, do you know how to make rice?
I do.
Thank God. I'm lupus and I know how to fucking make rice. Make some rice, please.
Rice is tricky, actually.
If you literally do not know how to follow directions, the simplest of directions, sure.
No. You have to pull it at the right time or it gets too sticky or too dry, depending on the rice.
You know, I use a rice cooker. And he'll nod and point at it.
Then how do you not know how to... Never mind.
I know how to make rice. I just asked if you know how to make rice.
Yes, I know how to make rice.
Then make it.
He makes it. God.
While he's making that, he'll start working on honey garlic chicken.
Ooh.
So yeah, he gets the cornstarch batter and the honey garlic chicken going and all that, and he'll fry it up. A little bit of peanut oil. He actually uses chopsticks to cook it.
Nice.
And he'll cook all of it up, and then he'll put it in a bowl and toss it with the honey and the garlic. And he'll put it on top of the rice that Johan has made in 2 bowls, and put sesame seeds and green onions on top. Ta-da! With some little red chilies. Ta-da! It's actually really pretty. For lupus, it's like, how the fuck?
Yeah, Johan's impressed. He's like, wow. This looks really good.
He'll smile.
So he eats it.
Holy shit! Skill people didn't know Xenia had. He can cook.
He can cook, he can sew, like the fucking domesticated lupus.
Yup. He and Alexi have the opposite personalities. Alexi has almost no fucking domestication skills, but he's got amazing social skills. And Xenia has almost 0 social skills, but has amazing domestication skills.
Right?
That's what it is. They're opposites to each other. Alexi couldn't fucking boil an egg if you fucking handed it to him hard boiled. Somehow you'd get it back fucking unboiled. I did it!
Right? He's like, Alexi, how? How you do this?
Nom, nom, eat it. Squish. The bitch boils water. That's about it.
So yeah, fucking has a mouthgasm.
He smiles while he's watching him. He's very quiet while he watches him. Do you want to watch a movie?
Sure.
I think I want to watch my favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie?
It's a movie called Dobby Cat. It translates to Mumbai Diaries.
I think that I would find that interesting.
It's about 4 people and the way that their lives interconnect in Mumbai. Also, you'll cry so hard that the boogers will flow down your lip.
Aw. He nods.
We're going to have to bring an entire box of tissue if you've never seen that movie before. He'll nod.
I don't think I have seen that movie before, so yeah.
Unless you're very particularly fond of Indian cinema. I almost had a game said Inimus Indian. The only reason I'm fond of it is because when I was growing up, our nanny was Indian, and she would play all of those movies. And both Nikolai and I like Indian cinema. And the rest is his chin on his arms on the table. After they're done, he'll pick up everything and he'll kind of put the stuff in the dishwasher in the Cleanie Weaver box. And he'll take him to the TV. And he'll make it the Netflix happen.
Yeah.
He'll find the movie. He makes popcorn for them. This bitch, okay. It wasn't enough that this bitch made popcorn. No. This bitch made them Parmesan popcorn. Clarified butter.
God, yes.
That he popped on the stove, by the way.
That's amazing. Yes.
So he'll sit down on the very squishy, very, very fucking squishy sofa. And he'll pull a blanket around him and Johan. And it's literally like Johan is just surrounded in warmth and peppermint and lavender with all this amazingness and soda and tissues. And this movie, I promise you, would make this character fucking booger cry.
Oh,
I die.
Fully believe it. Yep.
I'll show you the trailer after we're done. But so yeah. We'll watch the movie with him. And then afterwards, he'll lay his head on his shoulder and he'll actually fall asleep on his chest.
Johan is so content with that. Like, oh my god.
So do you wanna say he sleeps like that and then goes and finds Nikolai in the morning?
Sure. Yeah, when
Okay.
when Zenny gets up to go do his warder things. But Johan's pretty much accepted that this is his life now.
Yeah, he'll make Johan an omelet before he leaves. And then
No.
give him a kiss and run out the door. Like, I gotta go, bye. Order noodles for my brother.
Okay, bye-bye.
So when he goes looking for Nikolai, he's sleeping in the VCR.
He peeks in the VCR. Nikolai.
Johan. He whispers back.
Hi.
And he'll wiggle out. He's a tiny thing right now. He's so small. He'll climb onto Nikolai or on Johan's hand. Like, oh hi.
He'll look at him. Set him down on the floor.
He'll go human. I'm having a moral crisis right now.
Why?
He whispers. I'm trying to figure out if it's okay, by the rules of feminism, for me to go after my father's ex-husband.
I don't see why not.
He'll nod. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up for me. What can I do for you?
Well, so I had a really interesting day yesterday.
No, mine. He'll kind of walk out to like the pool area with him and kind of curl up on one of the lounge chairs under an umbrella. Like, oh God, bright.
So,
I can tell you were at least with Xenia.
he blushes.
Oh, he smells like him. He smells like peppermint and lavender all the time.
Mm.
Because he eats them.
I was with Xenia at the behest of Alexei.
Oh my. My brother's
Uh-huh.
always playing the most deranged matchmaker. I think he wants everybody to be happy but himself.
Mm. He did admit that he would like to be in a healthy relationship.
That would require him being healthy.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. He shakes his head. I
He
love my
nods.
little brother so much, but he is never going to be in a healthy relationship because that would require him at least displaying some semblance of health and sanity. Two things of which he has neither, nor will he ever.
He nods. I know.
So he can wish that all day. And I really, really, really would love to see him have such things. I adore my little brother so much. But he'll shake his head. But he looks down sadly. If he really wants that, then he has to start with himself and have a really healthy relationship with himself. And I don't think that's going to happen.
He nods.
But that's not really what you're here to talk about, is it?
He shakes his head. No. Xenia was telling me about other siblings that you have.
Yes.
I was curious about them.
His lips will purse gently. Well, it's a bit of a family secret, but I guess you're a bit family, aren't you?
He nods.
I was not my father's first child. My father, when he was young, with his first mate, Sharp-Nosed Lupus, he had 3 Galliard pups that all bred true. But they were different. They seemed like normal puppies. But as they grew older, people began to realize their names were Sasha, Misha, and Anya.
You know.
Sasha was mad. More than mad. He unmade reality around him. Misha was harsh, cold and unfeeling and uncaring. She strictly organized and arranged everything in her life. And Anya, the most terrifying of all, was cruel, destructive. They were the scions of the Triad.
Wow.
And when they first changed, their respective masters came for them.
Worm the Weaver in the Wild.
Mm-hmm. They live in their respective realms. Anya in Malpheus. Misha lives in the cyber realm. Sasha is the one that I see sometimes, actually. His home is Flux, but sometimes I'll see him in the strangest places. One time he was checking out my groceries at the store, or I saw him washing a window. He's always doing mundane tasks around. I saw him in the dreaming one time, actually.
Wow.
But my father is very private of them. He doesn't speak of them. He tried so hard to hang on to them, to believe them his. But I think at the end of the day, he feels like they're not. That he was just the vessel to bring them into this world, and no one knows why they came about. Some say that they're the harbingers of the apocalypse. That when they howl in unison, it will signify the beginning of the end times. I don't think that's what it is. I think that that's just more fucking werewolf propaganda into the times. Cultism. I truly don't know why they came to being, but he'll shrug. I honestly don't. I'd love to say that I think of them every day, something beautiful like that, but honestly, I don't. I don't really remember them that well. I remember them, but I don't. I don't think of them often. And I don't think of them as my siblings, as it were. I know that Anya hurt my father.
What did she do?
I'll think a moment. In her jealousy at the attention that he gave my mother, she drugged him, laid with him, and bore his child to Malpheus.
Wow.
His name is Alexander. He is a monster. He wanted so badly to get them back. And he thought that he was trying to get closer to her, to love her, to bring her home. But she used him. And she hurt him. If there's one thing in our family that is most important, it is consent. I know Alexei seems to have trouble grasping the concept, but it is actually something our father has always been very stringent in teaching us. Now, he gave up a long time ago on trying to bring them home. Our home. Unfortunately, their home is not with us. And I know my father does not, for his own sanity, consider them his children.
I can understand that.
And I think that's why their mother was taken. The vampire. Do you know about that?
No, I do.
Because she carried and gave birth to them. When she became pregnant again, I think that the vampires saw her as mystical already. You know?
Mm-hmm.
A conduit, I guess. But that's all I really know about them. I know the easiest to find is Sasha. And I know that he is the least and most dangerous of the three. He is the most benign, the most caring, the one who won't harm you at his whim. But his presence unmakes reality and changes reality. And he is very disconnected from human psyche.
You know, it's then I would say it's best to leave them be.
He'll nod. I agree.
Thank you for
If you
telling me.
ever randomly find Skittles around you, just kind of softly smiles.
He'll nod.
Don't eat them. He'll shake his head and say, "Don't eat them."
Okay. I won't. How does he appear in the dreaming?
He shifts through colors across his skin, almost iridescent. His hair seems to constantly be. It's almost as though he's floating in water, but on land, if that makes sense. His eyes are like looking through portals into another. And his skin shifts, dappling of colors. It's very beautiful. He is a beautiful man. Anya and Misha are very beautiful as well. As I understand it, as I heard, Misha went missing. She
He's
is not, and no one knows where she is.
she's not in the cyber realm.
That is where she was taken to. It is where she dwells. As I understand it, she is no longer there. She vanished? But I'll shrug.
That can't be good.
I can understand. Anya just, he waves his hand so dismissively, like he doesn't even give it. Like if she fucking lived or died, he wouldn't care. I have no care for her.
If they really are scions of the triad, one of them going missing will disrupt what balance there's still left. Misha needs to be found and returned.
You're such an adventurer. Aren't you trying to pull together a tribe?
I am, yes.
Okay. Maybe you want to do that first? I'll nod.
He nods. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to go do this right now, but I'm going to add it to the list.
Okay, Frodo. Oh god.
I am not small enough to be Frodo.
I'll have to ask any of that.
Uh,
You smile.
Yeah, I'm tall, but he's wow. Wait, still
I
taller. Like,
He shakes his head. He's not short himself. He's in the 6'4" range, but somehow Z is just bigger.
yeah. Like,
Fucking huge.
if you remember, Johan's like 6'2". Like,
Yeah.
he's 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 not tiny.
He just owns a lot of his space, is what it is. Nikolai actually says that. He says, yeah, he just owns a lot of his space.
He really does. Yeah.
He's very broad.
I
He's my
said
father's pin.
I found him in Lupus yesterday and said that I felt like Princess Mononoke.
But you haven't seen him take Hispo, have you?
No.
He'll nod. To be honest, his Krynos form is more. Do you know how most people's Krynos form is more along the humanoid side of things?
Yeah. Unless you're me.
His is more in the quadrupedal side of things.
Oh, interesting.
So he'll nod. He looks in his Krynos form, if he goes quadrupedal, a bit like the wolf from Princess Mononoke.
That both excites, terrifies Johan. Like, yes.
Well, smart. I do need to go though. I have to find a fox. That's not drug speak. I'm looking for the fox.
He nods.
If you ever hear Alexei say he needs to go find a horse, he'll nod. It's heroin.
He'll nod. Okay. Keep that in mind. Thank
Well,
you for talking to me.
He'll bend and give him a kiss on the cheek. Always.
No.
And he'll take off. Do you want to end our scene there?
Sure.
Hey, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Bye.